My name is Ian Wilkinson. I'm 28 years old, and I'm gonna try this new diet. So I've been kind of like an active guy a majority of my life, if not like my entire life. Like I played soccer. I've always like tried to go to the gym for a long time, and I've usually maintained a pretty like slim kind of body, but I guess lately, like when I got to, I think it was before I even got to China, because obviously I live in China now, I was like putting on some pounds. Like my job was like a little less active, I was sitting a lot more. I would still go to the gym, and I definitely like, you know, still gained muscle, but I was getting a lot of, you know, like belly fat and love handles, and I don't like that because I did used to have a six-pack, so I would like to have that again. So yeah, I mean, I'm just starting this diet plan because, you know, at my job, I met this guy, Tim. He recommended that I can try keto, and I'm gonna try it. Apparently, I've been talking to other people, they say it's gonna suck, but we'll see. I love cheese, so maybe it won't be that bad. I'm aiming to kind of get rid of my like kind of belly fat and stuff like that, and maybe like accentuate my muscles, but mainly just get rid of this because every time I look down I get really sad. So hopefully, yeah, we can get rid of that. So for my nutrition, I am going to be doing something a little different. So most people who do keto are probably going to cook their own food and like look stuff up and check their like macros or whatever. I'm not a nutritionist, but I found a place called Tribe Nutrition. You can look them up, where they basically cook my meals for me. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I think I could do it full week, but I'm just gonna do 5 days, and then I'm gonna see what I can do on the weekends. So that way I don't have to worry about cooking, because my kitchen here in China isn't really a kitchen, and also I don't really feel like cooking either. So we're gonna see how that works, and see if that plan like really does work out. And Tim's gonna help check the nutrition to make sure that I'm sticking to the diet. So should be an interesting thing. My normal nutrition would be like, I guess, contributing to the fact that I have, you know, belly fat would be, you know, I like to drink beer. I love hamburgers as a traditional American, you know, pizza, cheeseburgers, you name it, I'm there. Give me the carbs. Yeah, I'm gonna try to cut that out. I used to not drink soda, but recently, during like quarantine and stuff like that, after I did my home workout and got really depressed and sad that I was doing my home workout and just unmotivated, I ended up getting back into soda, which is really bad. But yeah, we're gonna try to cut all that stuff out, which will be nice. So I still work out basically every day. Usually I will do, like I used to do the bro split, so I would do like, what is it, like back, I actually don't remember what it is. It was like back, bis, chest, tries. No, back, tries? I'm trying to think. So if I was doing, it'd be chest and bis. No, because I think it's chest and tries, back and bis, and then legs. Okay. So my normal workout would be, because I do work out, like I still maintain like working out usually. So my old 5-day plan used to be like the bro split, so back and bis, chest and tries, and then like legs, and then I would usually do like shoulders and some stuff. But now I'm actually following, you've probably seen like Athlean-X. I follow one of his plans, because during quarantine I saw a lot of his videos and he like tried to keep me like motivated and stuff like that. So I thought I would try his actual plan once I could go back to the gym. And his is like full body every other day. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, with the other 2 days as being kind of like, not off days, but ways to like kind of recuperate, but still also work out. I might transition some of those days into like some yoga days because, I don't know, I'm kind of feeling not very flexible either. So we'll see, but I'm going to maintain going to the gym at least 3 days a week with full body. And then 2 days of kind of like workouts, but not really workouts. They're kind of like just, I don't know, keeping active. And then weekends I'll probably be like kind of more chilled, but yeah. What else do we got? What the diet is, silly intro, where do I get food, why I'm doing it, specific challenges. What did I write down? Oh, what I think my specific challenges would be? All right, I can just add that and we can just add it if we want it. So I think that I will specifically have some challenges here in China because I think it's hard to figure out where to get things that don't have any extra added like sugar and things like that. So I think that might be a problem. Like besides getting the tribe nutrition, the weekends I think will be kind of difficult. Also, challenges would be all of my friends love to go out and drink. So when I go out, I'm either gonna have to just drink straight alcohol instead of beer or not drink at all, which I think is going to be a challenge. But you know, I think my friends will let me slide a couple times and not make me drink, so we should be okay there. Also, like I said earlier, I do really love eating like hamburgers and pizza and things with carbs in them. So I think trying to avoid that is going to be kind of a challenge, but we'll see what happens.
All right, what's up guys? TMax here. So Ian and I are going to work together to get him, to help him reach his fitness goals. And for this, the keto diet we decided was going to be the best, fastest way to reach his goals. And if it's something that he really likes, it's something that he can continue on his own. He won't need, constant guidance after we get to this first 6 weeks. So I have like this general rule of nutrition. I'm not a nutritionist, but I've studied nutrition, I've studied anatomy, and I've worked with lots of clients. And just based on my own experience, working with my body and working with clients, these are 5 rules that have come up that seem to be effective for everyone.
Okay.
The first thing is stay hydrated.
Okay.
This is important just in general, but on the keto diet, because we're not eating carbs, carbs generally hold on to water. This is why people look bloated and when they go on a diet and they lose weight, usually they lose water first because those carbs are holding on to that. In a keto diet, you don't have carbs holding on to water, so you're going to look thinner, which is nice, but you're also going to need to keep hydrating because your body needs that water. So you're probably going to drink a little bit more than normal, or you need to.
Right.
So normally I recommend people just drink 2 liters if they're just on a normal standard American diet. But on keto, you're going to have to up that to 3 liters. And then when you work out, you're probably going to be hitting about 4 liters.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of water.
Okay.
And this would just ensure that your body works optimally.
Mm-hmm.
It reduces some of those symptoms. People have the keto flu and they have issues when they're on keto. A lot of that is dehydration issues. Mm-hmm. So they're like, oh, it's keto. It's like, oh, it's dehydration. So make sure you are drinking enough water.
Okay.
Another rule that I have is to avoid sugar. Mm-hmm. The beauty of the keto diet is it pretty much limits you. You can't have sugar at all. You can't even have carbs. So this rule for you won't be such an issue.
Right.
But in general, just avoiding sugar is healthy. Sugar it's like one of those secret behind the scenes Illuminati type foods that just wreaks havoc, and everybody's blaming fat and cholesterol and all these other things. And we're starting to see now, after doing new studies, that sugar is kind of the culprit. But it tastes good. It's a drug. Boom, it hits you in your brain like, oh, I need another hit. So when you go on keto, mm-hmm. As you're giving this up, you are going to have withdrawals. Yeah. Where we eat lots of sugar and you give up crack or cocaine, you start shaking, you have problems. So it's the same thing with sugar. But once you give it up, you're going to notice that your taste buds are going to change a little bit. When you eat foods, when you bite into like a carrot, you're like, this carrot is sweet. Like now, nobody would ever say that unless it's in carrot cake. They're like, it's a vegetable. And then when you bite into it after keto, you're like, this is a fruit. This is so sweet. So for me personally, when I did keto, I had a new appreciation for foods, real foods. So avoid sugar, which you shouldn't have a problem with. But you have to do that or this thing won't be successful.
Sure. All right.
The next one is important for athletes in general, but it's good for everybody to follow this rule, is to eat lots of veggies. And so what's a lot? The USDA says 3 or 5 or something like that. What I recommend people, just to give them a hard number, is 5 servings of vegetables every day.
Okay.
So this doesn't mean that you have to eat vegetables 5 times. You just need to have 5 servings. So if you eat 2 at lunch and 2 at dinner and 1 at breakfast or 1 for a snack, that's your 5. And because you're on keto, you're not eating fruit. You can replace whatever time you're going to eat fruit with a vegetable.
Okay.
And that will, because we need vitamins and minerals. And I don't personally recommend multivitamins because in my experience, they're not that effective. I don't feel like they're effective.
Sure.
But just like anything else, if you take it and you feel like it works, and the mind is powerful. So if you're taking multivitamins and you think it works, take multivitamins. It doesn't hurt. There's no proof that they harm you. And if it helps you to reach your goals, by all means, go for it.
Cool.
But in addition to that, multivitamin is a supplement. This is something you're supposed to take in addition to nutrition. So the nutrition are those 5 fruits and vegetables, or in this case, 5 vegetables.
Okay.
And you will feel better, you'll perform better, and you'll have results. So
cool. Sounds easy.
Yeah. It is. The next thing is, as somebody who works out, and guys in general, we tend to, this doesn't seem to be an area that's hard for us. Eat lots of protein.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because meat is good. We like meat.
Yeah.
So on the keto diet, you're going to be eating, after we do his macros, we'll see how much protein he's going to need. I don't think I have an issue eating protein. For you, it's going to be more about your timing, meal timing, the protein, and then also trying not to eat too much protein.
Okay.
Because there's a whole biochemistry, but just a quick lesson. In the body, there's 3 macronutrients: carbs, protein, and fat. When your body eats carbs, it uses it directly for energy or stores it for fat. It can use fat for building hormones, for building cells. Lots of things need fat, digesting vitamins. We use fat for a lot of things. And then after that, if we can't use it, we'll store it as fat or we'll get rid of it. Protein is unique because it's about 50% of it we use directly for muscle building, amino acids, brain function, things like that, skin, nails, teeth, hair, all that. We need protein for those, the building blocks. So that's usually what protein is for. But the other half of protein, if you have an excess, the body can turn that protein into sugar. And again, if your body has sugar and it's not using it, it stores that as fat. And the whole idea of keto is to reduce the amount of sugar in your body so low that the body says, hey, we need to run on fat for our primary source of energy. So when you're not doing anything and you're on a high carb diet, when you're not doing anything, you start to feel hungry. Your body's like, hey, I need sugar. It can only store, about 10 hours of sugar, 10 to 12 hours of sugar. So that's why when you're hungry, you're like, oh, I need to eat something. Usually we'd reach for something sweet, a snack, and we feel better, but we're still hungry because we're not actually getting nutrition, but we're satisfying this need for sugar. When you get into ketosis, you won't have these feelings anymore. Sometimes you'll forget to eat. You're like, oh, shoot, I missed my meal. Because you're not hungry. Your body doesn't need the sugar. Because we have so much fat stored in our body. Even slim guys like me, 10% body fat, 8% body fat, you can live off of fat for 2 months. We have that much stored energy on our bodies. So, but it's more about the feeling you're not going to be hungry.
Right.
Cool. So this is why it's important to maintain your meal times. Like, I eat at this time, because you will forget to eat.
Okay.
And it's nice, but you also want to, because you're going to be working out, you need to supply the energy, you need to supply that protein to your muscles for rebuilding. Okay, and so then my last rule of nutrition, which shouldn't apply to you too much, is to just avoid foods that come in a bag or a box.
Sure.
Because food is like from nature, you kill an animal, you eat it, you plant a crop, you eat it. But if it comes in a bag or a box and it lasts for 6 months, there's something interfering with that food that makes it not as good for you as fresh and raw foods would be.
Sure.
So this is the idea behind paleo and some of these other diets that are really popular. It's just getting real food, and people have results. Mm-hmm. It may or may not be because of the outline of this thing. It's just that they're eliminating these processed foods. It's less burden on the body. The body can just be more efficient. Our bodies are quite amazing machines, but if you just bog it down with junk and gunk, it doesn't operate that well.
Sure, yeah.
When you start cleaning it off and like, oh wow, this machine is running smooth. Yeah, it's a good feeling, and you're gonna be able to do more than you thought you could.
Sure.
More than you could before. So on keto, again, we're busy these days, so if you don't have time to cook, if you're in a rush, there's keto versions of stuff, snacks, and that's okay. But I still would recommend that a majority of your diet comes from fresh foods. So since you're doing the tribe thing, that's good. They prepare it fresh daily. You eat this food fresh. And then on your weekends when you're freestyling, again, just eat fresh food as much as you can. But if you're going on a trip or something and the only thing you can eat is a keto protein bar or something like that, that's fine. You do what you gotta do. I generally recommend for snacks things like nuts, dark chocolate, 80% or above, seeds. These are things that they stay for a while, but they're also portable. So, and then even like chopping up some vegetables, celery or carrots, and just taking that, or some cucumber or whatever. These are snacks that you can take on the go, and they're not too difficult to prepare.
Sweet.
Do you have any questions about nutrition?
No.
Okay.
I'm just gonna try to not die.
Okay. Yeah, that's always a good goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'll be successful. With any diet, but keto is no exception. But I think keto just has faster results. But with any diet, if you're consistent, you stick to it, you're going to see some results.
Right.
Because really, I think most diets are not necessarily about what you're eating. It's about how you're eating, how you approach food.
Right.
And so when you're cognizant.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a word.
Yeah. Okay. when you're cognizant of what you're eating, when you recognize this is what I'm putting into my body, you treat food differently. So most people they don't even know what they're eating. They're like working or they're doing something else, and then just food is entering their body, and they're like, "What'd you eat today?" I don't even know. Like I ate, I just don't remember. Oh, so you had that burger and some chips and cookies, but you don't even remember eating them because it's a habit thing. Like I bought food and I just eat it when I'm hungry. Versus when you're doing a diet, you're like, okay, I need to eat this. I need to eat this. So you know what makes you feel better. You know what makes you feel like crap. So you're like, okay, I'm not eating that no more. Or I need to eat more of this because this is amazing.
Right.
And so this is the beauty of dieting. The problem is when you finish dieting, if you don't continue to recognize what you're putting into your body, it's easy to slide back into old habits, slide back into how you looked and felt before. And this is also why yo-yo dieters don't do well. They're like, oh man, they're really hard for 4 weeks and they have great results, and then they stop and then they go back and they're like, well, what happened? I'm not eating the bad food like I was before. And maybe they're not, but they're not recognizing how much they're eating, where they're getting their food from.
Oh, sure.
It's I think that is one of the biggest reasons why diets work.
Yeah.
So, if keto doesn't become a lifestyle change for you, if it stays effective and it works for you, if you decide, I don't want to do this forever, still monitoring the food, if you follow those 5 rules of nutrition, I think you'll still be able to maintain a nice body, but still be able to go out with friends and have beer or whatever without feeling like, oh crap, I gotta work out harder in the gym.
Right.
So that's one thing that cracks me up. People say, oh man, they'll eat like a whole pizza and say, oh, well, I'm just gonna go hard in the gym tomorrow. You can't out-exercise a bad diet. It's impossible.
Right.
Like one cookie is your whole workout. Yeah. So if you eat a box of them, you can't work that out.
Yeah.
So just after this, whatever you decide, just focus or be aware of what you're putting into your body, and I think you'll continue to have good results.
Cool. I'm in. All right, so this is a good example of the packages that I get from Tribe. Comes with a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then on each package, they have the nutrition facts and kind of what it is. So when we take a look, we can see that for breakfast, I would get the salmon cheese with vegetables, or salmon cheese omelet with vegetables. And they're labeled, each of them, like breakfast, what it has, all the different macros you need. And then we also have, for example, the lunch, same thing, chicken thigh on mixed vegetables, also tells you exactly what's in it. And then same thing for dinner, which would be butter fried pork with okra, And yeah, so this is gonna really be super helpful because I don't have to cook and it has everything that I need on the thing. So every day they're gonna be a little bit different, so I won't always just have a salmon cheese omelet with vegetables for breakfast. You'll see that they'll definitely switch it up, which I think is gonna be super helpful because eating the same thing every day is gonna suck. So yeah, they switch it up, they keep it fresh so that way I am not just gonna get over this diet super quickly. So I think that's gonna be nice. So every day, I'm just gonna take this guy and be very simple. All you gotta do is microwave. Make sure there's nothing crazy. Pop it in and just wait. I like to see it. All right, so after that, pop it out. And this is my breakfast. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna get some keto sticks, and if not, we'll just get them off the Taobao. But I brought my trusty boy Jack to help me out. Thank you. Let's go. They don't have it here, so we're gonna have to order it off of Taobao, which is just, you know, Amazon, but in China and faster. Oh well. I don't know why I'm not thin right now. It's been less than a full day of this, and I still have my fat. This is some... I'm done with this. Get me out. Get me out. The cheese was cool. The avocado was cool. I'm out. This cabbage, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Go for it.
How am I allowed to eat? So I don't believe it.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna message them because I don't believe that this bread is not bread. Because they said it was cauliflower, but it tastes like bread. And I think it's bologna. I guess we're gonna find out. Okay, so apparently it's cauliflower with a little bit of almond flour and cheese. So apparently you can just make things that taste like bread by just doing that. It's literally just bread. It's bread, bro. I'm eating bread on keto. So you're telling me, Tim, my nutrition guy, that I should drink this oily grease looking stuff.
Yep.
Why?
You gotta get your fat.
Damn it.
Yeah. That thing is a whistle.
All right, so Ian got his keto sticks today.
Here they are. So we're gonna bust it out. So I just pee.
Yep.
Just pee there.
Yeah.
And it'll show up.
Leave it in the stream for maybe like 3 to 5 seconds, and then you will compare it to.
What's good and what's bad.
So the far left is neutral, meaning there's no ketones, and the far right means there's a whole bunch of ketones.
So what are we trying to get?
So initially, because you're just starting, the farther right will probably be more likely because your body does not know how to hang on to the fat to use as energy, so it will pee it out.
Okay.
But as you do the diet longer, your body should become more efficient in utilizing fat, so you should, maybe this one would be the most common, one of these two.
All right, well, let's go find out.
Let's do it.
Let's go pee. I will be right back. I didn't pee on my hand, just kidding. So, is dark good?
Yes, it is.
I mean, I'm in ketosis.
Somebody's in ketosis. Where's my autofocus?
One day he'll focus.
There it is. Where's the container?
I threw it away. Just kidding. Okay, so that looks like Jesus Christ. Okay, so that looks like maybe like here-ish.
Yeah, you are definitely in ketosis, sir.
You'd love to see it. So you're not in ketosis, right?
You want me to pee on one?
Yeah, just so we can get a comparison.
And to see if those keto sticks are working, you can see I am not in it as I am not following a keto diet.
So it's my first day of the weekend. I'm dying. I went to April Gourmet, which is just like a normal restaurant, except it's like Western. So I get Western stuff. And I scooted back. And right now I'm so kind of like weird and kind of hungry that I'm just biting pepper jack cheese And I don't even know if I'm supposed to cook this meat, but I'm just eating it. I'm gonna try to make some eggs. I'm dying.
Hey buddy, how was your weekend?
It was stressful. It was a stressful weekend of trying to figure out what is keto and what is not. My backups were just my, like I just went and bought meat from the store and cheese from the store, and I found this mustard that has no like carbs or anything in it. And that was like, if I was hungry and I couldn't figure something out, I would just eat that. But yeah, and then yeah, I took pictures. You'll see. I'll show you of the random food that I ate this weekend. I found a place that does keto, and I bought like a burger, and I was expecting the burger to be normal sized, and it wasn't. It was good, but it was very small and it was very expensive. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go there again. And then yeah, I also went to this chuar place, and chuar is like a stick of meat, like a skewer, which is like meat on it. So I had to keep asking them not to put any sauce or anything on it. Luckily I was with somebody who could translate that for me. And then on the table, there was these packets, and I thought like dry rub would be okay. Maybe it's like salt with spices and stuff like that, but it wasn't. It was like, I don't know. I've never seen so many carbs packed into a packet before. It was actually insane. I don't know if I have pictures of those, but I'll show you if I have them. But yeah, no, it's been a stressful weekend. I've never peed on a stick more, in like a 2-day period or 3-day period, I guess. But yeah, because I peed on one this morning, and technically I'm still in it, but I feel like it's not as dark as it was. So I don't know how that affects me, but I mean, I survived, I guess. Here I am. My legs are tingling because I took pre-workout. Now we're going to the gym. You can tell by my shorts. And I'm about to go outside in like -7°C weather. If he films, we might see a lot of looks. We'll see. I tend to do that. Yeah, starting here. Light and fit. Gym. Well, then this is my gym. Usually way more packed, but we decided to come on a relaxed day. And by that I mean just after lunch hour, rush hour. So, typical day for me, I follow the Athlete X app. Like, obviously they didn't pay me to put that here because I'm like not popular, but usually I'll start with like a warm up, like just riding a bike or running on the treadmill, whatever is like open, and then I'll just do whatever is on the app. So we'll just do a quick day of that.
How do you feel?
I'm tired. High workouts kill me, bro. They kill me. But please ignore the fact that this is filmed on my bed. My house is not big enough to support this real quick, but I did order from a place called Mary Sweets. They're in Chengdu, nailed it. And they have a bunch of keto options, so to keep me from having to cook, they cooked it for me, or at least sent me some things for me to cook. So obviously bacon, they sent me some sausage, they made these keto chocolate chip cookies, keto brownies, a sausage roll. Like when I lived in England, I was obsessed with sausage rolls, so that hopefully is gonna be delicious. And then 2 breads that I can use to make sandwiches, because I kind of want to add some bread to my egg, avocado, bacon kind of cheese sandwiches, so that'll be cool. And they shipped it. It was here like the day I paid for it, the day after I got my package. I didn't even know what it was for, so I'll let you know how these guys taste, but so far so good. So week 2, is that right, Tim? Week 2, it's come and gone. It's come and gone, starting week 3 right here on Monday. Today, or not today, it was like 2 days ago, I was very pressured by my friends. I went to their house, we hung out, it was the boys, we got a bunch of beer, couldn't drink it, got a bunch of alcohol, Mao Tai, could technically drink it. I decided to not eat dinner so that I could do that. But then I was really hungry, so they ordered me a salad, and then they also got pizza, which is also, it took a lot. Okay, so they had 3 huge pizzas, and I was like, wow, I could really help with this. Couldn't help with that. I got my salad, I ate it sadly in the corner. Everybody asked me why. I just told them and said, leave me alone. After I finished eating that, I kind of was set up in a place where all of the pizza was directly in front of me and open. So every time somebody would grab a slice and pieces of meat or vegetables would fall off, I would just go in and just kind of eat it. And yeah, it was actually kind of embarrassing, but you know, it needed to be done. I couldn't just let that delicious food just sit there. So I ate some of that, and I also had this thing called Mao Tai, which is like it's a Chinese hard liquor, which is similar to like soju and sake in a way. And it's made out of it's made specifically in this place. I think it's called Mao Tai, right? Like the place is called Mao Tai in China. So for it to be Mao Tai, it has to be made there. It's made from a plant. Looked it up, it said 0 carbs. So I was pretty stoked. I had about 1 shot and I was just like, all right, I'm not gonna test it because I don't know, because it tasted like honey. And then everybody told me that I was an idiot and that I apparently have no taste buds anymore because it tasted way worse than honey, but I handled it. But I only had 1 shot, but then Tim told me that alcohol turns into sugar or something stupid like that. I don't believe him, so I'm gonna have more than 1 shot later, because Tim's a liar. But you know, the rest of the weekend was fine because I had leftover Tribe, the nutrition thing, so that was okay. But yeah, the day after I had all that fiasco or whatever, I decided to try to cook, so I ordered a bunch of vegetables. They sent me huge stalks of green onion and huge stalks of celery, so I had to legit just cut half of it off because it was just they basically just gave me the plant. And then I threw a bunch of it into my tiny little pan on top of my tiny little hot plate, and then tried to make some vegetables. Turns out I don't have any salt or pepper or any spices of that nature. So that I just put it on this cool keto bread that I have a picture of that I probably have showed you by now, and then put a little cheese on it, and then just ate it with egg and bacon. Bacon was good. That was my entire weekend. It was less stressful than last week. I think I ate a little bit more, so that I was more stressed at the end of the weekend, thinking that I might have gone over, but turns out I'm still in keto, which I don't believe, so I'm gonna have him go pee on a stick because I don't believe it, because I feel like I messed up a bunch, but you know, whatever. So that was my weekend. I'm going to now eat my cheese chicken stuff with basil and spinach and peppers. This I can deal with. See you next weekend.
Okay, Ian, stop complaining. I peed on it. It's not. It's bad.
Is it? Let me see. Prove it. Gross.
So, how was your weekend?
It was excellent. And it was only excellent because I didn't go anywhere. I stayed in my house. I don't think I left my chair or my bed at all. I may have went out to get groceries. I ordered groceries and they were at my house in 5 minutes, which was a little bit odd because usually when you order groceries it's maybe 30 minutes before they deliver. This was really quick. So I basically snacked on celery. I ordered way more of those keto cookies. I was actually worried that I was going to eat too many of them because I know they do technically have carbs and calories and stuff, but they're addicting. They are so addicting, and they're at my desk, and I just like look at the tin, and I open it, and then take a little piece, and I'm like, there's no point in just taking a piece, so I can just like the whole thing. So that's my problem. Also, yeah, diet soda's keeping me in the game, I think. And then, yeah, I mean, I just ate a bunch of celery as like a snack. The first day I just ate lunch and dinner. I don't think I ate anything in the morning, but it was just leftover tribe. And then on Sunday, I think I just cooked for myself. I also made like a little midnight snack where I took some bread that I got from that lady. She made some like special bread or whatever, and I put that with just little sandwich meat and some cheese and some mustard, bro. It was good to go. Just like making a sandy back in the day, back when I could have carbs. But yeah, I wasn't as stressed this week, but I did run out of little keto pea sticks, so I had to order some more. But yeah, I think I'm still in keto. I think. So I got to work today. I was really hungry last night, but I didn't eat. But today I'm like not hungry, but I made my food anyway. And I'm just, when your friend gives you a shot and you're drunk and you're like, I know if I drink this, I will throw up. That's kind of how I feel right now. So yeah, that's what it is. But I mean, the food doesn't look too bad today. I'm a shaky boy.
Yes, we're going to work out together today to make sure he's doing some HIIT. We're gonna burn some fat. And if he's doing well, then he'll just keep doing what he's doing. If not, then he'll start incorporating some of this into his workout routine.
Yeah, I also fasted, so I'm running on only
Yes.
fat, baby.
I totally forgot to mention at the beginning, but working on a fasted state is an excellent way to burn additional fat. So we're doing a 2-for-1 experiment today.
Can't wait to die.
Feel. So like fat's melting off your body?
No, just for fat.
You did well?
All right.
Not recommended. You did well. All right.
So,
How's it going?
it's fine.
How's your weekend?
It was fine. I didn't do anything. I ate my normal 3 leftover tribe, so that took care of like one day. But I was also pretty snacky. Last night I remember I had a head of lettuce, and I just ripped off pieces of lettuce and ate it with hot sauce. That was what I did. So yeah, and then I ate a bunch of my keto cookies. Not a bunch, but I ate a few. And I was kind of worried that I ate too many, but it made me happy. Okay, and that was my Saturday. Yeah, no, it was fine. I peed on a stick a lot just to make sure, but today I'm still in ketosis, so guess it was fine. Guess I handled it, but it was like 2 more weeks left or something.
Yeah.
I guess I have 2 more weeks left. I think next week is going to be the hardest, or I guess the next 2 weeks will be hard because I don't have tribe, I think, right? Because is it this week or is it next week? Yeah, it's next week that we start Spring Festival. So I'll have to worry about it for multiple days instead of just the weekend. So I guess we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll take a week off.
So you've been doing this for a month. How do you feel about it so far?
I mean, I feel okay. It's very inconvenient. I don't like being like the inconvenient friend in a group. I usually just show up places and then go with the flow. But you know, if I have to go to a restaurant, I'm like, no, I can't have a beer. I'll have a Diet Coke, or yeah, I'll have a burger, but I need to also order all these million things in a language that I barely speak. It's kind of obnoxious, at least for me. I don't know if all my friends think it's as obnoxious as I think I am obnoxious to them, but that's, I think, the worst part about it is that, like, I don't know, I feel like this special case, and I hate being a special case. I just want to order my stuff and just be out of the way, and if they bring me the wrong thing, then it's cool. But if they bring me the wrong thing on keto, then it's like, bro, and then I have to be a Karen, and I don't want to be a Karen ever in my life. So yeah, I think that's the hardest part on me, is going out and not being a Karen. So
How do you feel physically and mentally?
fine. I mean, I don't feel any different. I guess I don't know. I don't know if, I mean, I think I felt different initially, but I think now I'm like, my body has moved into like the habits that I had before, except now it's like healthier because I'm like, you know, choosing to eat a piece of cheese or lettuce instead of like maybe ordering, you know, third dinner or something like that. So yeah, I guess that's nice. But yeah, I mean, I'm always just sitting in front of my cookies, so I always want to eat my cookies whenever I'm home, which is a mistake, but I'm buying more. But yeah, like, I don't need food, but I want food, and then I choose to eat food still, but they're healthy now, so I don't know.
And what about how you look? That's the goal, right?
I mean, I think I'm thinner. I don't know. I see myself every day. I feel like I'm the same. I guess we'll see with the before and after pictures, but yeah. I mean, I think people tell me that I look better, which I guess is keeping me going. But to me, I feel like, you know, I guess since, you know, I had the body like way before, back when I was a young lad, so I didn't, you know, I'm like, oh, my body's used to looking like this, so this is like normal. But I don't know. I guess I didn't look like that. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm second guessing, but I'm doing it. I'm gonna finish at least that, so we'll see. I mean, hello. Well, we had a short weekend, one day, because in China we like to do this cool thing. The government likes to do this cool thing where what they'll do is they'll give you a holiday, so they'll give you like 3 days, but then they kind of want to make it 5 days. But instead of just giving you 3 days and then having 2 on the weekend or whatever, they give you the 2 extra days, but you have to make up those 2 days just on a random like weekend. So all they do is rearrange your days off, which is really dumb. But I had a 1-day weekend, so obviously it was very easy. I just ate my leftover like tribe stuff, and then that was it. So very easy weekend. But the real problem is coming up when I have to do like a week to 2 weeks of not having tribe, because during Spring Festival I'm not gonna have tribe because they don't deliver. So yeah, that'll be a problem. But I'll talk to you guys after that, or in the middle of it, or both. Put one in. Perfect. Is that yours? So I'm not allowed to eat this, but she can.
I'm so sorry.
She's just eating all this. She's eating bread in front of me. She's eating noodles in front of me. What is that? And Coke? So rude.
Sorry.
So you haven't been able to use Tribe for the last 2 weeks. How have you been getting your food?
So technically I had like a nice surplus of like leftovers. So I had about a day's, maybe 2 days worth. I did have to throw one of them away because it was like fish and it was like too long. And I also was like doing something on the computer, and I put another one in and turned on the microwave, and then like fell asleep. And then I was just like not gonna do that. So yeah, I've just been kind of like living my life. I
honestly don't know how I live. Mostly it was on chuar, and then I'm actually surprisingly eating like a bunch of Chinese food. So like chuar, egg, and like random vegetables and stuff like that. Meat with random vegetables and stuff like that, usually peppers because I like the spice. But that's like literally my go-to is like I'm hungry, I'll just order a bunch of chuars. So I went, like for example, I went snowboarding to Nanshan. Also not recommended unless you're really bad at skiing or if you just want to go up and down like just jumps all day, which is fine, but I was with the boys who weren't really that great. So don't recommend going there. But there, they obviously have a bunch of like carb options. So it's like, you know, meat and rice, meat and noodles, you know, soup, all this, blah, blah, blah. But they did have chuar. So I ordered like 6 chuar, which is like, I don't know how many grams of meat that is, but it was just like 6 sticks. And so that just kept me alive, really is what it came down to. I also, every time I like got a burger, it would be like wrapped in meat because I did go to my favorite burger place, or so it'd be wrapped in lettuce, and salad on the side. But yeah, it really came down to either not eating, eating like celery. I did cook vegetables like once, I think, but honestly, I don't even remember what I ate because it was so either not memorable or I just like didn't eat that much because I wasn't like working out. So I like felt bad every time I consumed anything. I did eat a lot of cheese though, I'll say that. I ate a lot of cheese. So that was probably about it. So yeah, and I didn't really feel hungry. I only got hungry when other people ate. So if there were people around me, then I wouldn't like really want to eat. I pre-bought like the last of like those keto cookies. So that's probably what I snacked on the most because I already ran out, and they don't make any more until the 24th. I pre-ordered them because I ran out. It's pretty sad, but yeah.
Did you work out at all during the break?
Just athletic stuff. So would be like playing football and skiing, but other than that, no. Snowboarding. I was gonna go a second day of skiing, but then the hotel kicked us out because we were foreigners. Even though it's in our city, apparently they were asking for a bunch of like paperwork, and they were just like they just didn't want us, even though we pre-booked the hotel and it didn't say anything about it. So we didn't get to go a second day, which kind of sucks. But maybe I'll go this Sunday.
All right, sir, you are live.
Hello, it's me. So this is the last 2 days because of the way that like different holidays have worked and what days I've taken off. I have 2 more days of keto, today and tomorrow, and then I'm finished. This weekend, I mean, really all the weekends now are just a blur, you know. I either stay in my house and do nothing and eat like a couple pieces of cheese and then maybe like a leftover tribe thing, or I'll like go out and get like a burger somewhere. Usually that'll be Sunday, so like, you know, for example, this Sunday I went out, went bowling, but we stopped at Great Leap, my favorite burger place, probably mentioned it a bunch. Got my standard lettuce wrap burger with a side salad. It was fine, no beer, everybody trashed on me the whole time, whatever. And then we went bowling. All I did was have like, you know, a Diet Coke to just kind of like keep up the vibes, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to sit there and drink water while my friends are drinking beer. I get to like drink a Diet Cola. Yeah, so, you know, I did that. And then I don't even know if I even ate dinner. Maybe had, again, like, I have these keto cookies again that I've told about. Probably had like 1 or 2 of those and a couple slices of cheese, and that was it. So it wasn't like, I definitely didn't hit my calorie count that day, you know. So I think I know I'm going to start eating calories again soon, but hopefully I can maintain this sort of like, I'm not hungry, so I'm not going to eat a bunch of crap on the weekends thing. Yeah, I'm thinking about what ways I'm going to like change my dieting, because like it did make me obviously think about like what I'm putting in my body. You know, before this challenge I was definitely eating like a bunch of like just an obscene amount of food, which I guess I will talk about once I get to like the conclusion video part of this video thing. But yeah, I don't know, there'll be some lifestyle changes for sure.
And what about your results so far?
I mean, I still feel like I'm fat, but everybody else says that I'm not fat, so I mean, we'll see. We'll see the pictures, since Tim has found the pictures. So we'll take a look at that.
What about workout?
Hasn't really changed anything. I did go more specifically into fasting into working out. So I won't eat breakfast until after I work out. So I probably won't eat breakfast or lunch or whatever it is until maybe like 2 or 3 p.m. Which I don't know if it's helping, but he's saying it's helping. So I'm gonna follow those rules, and I'm probably gonna continue that on, because if I do things like intermittent fasting, I'll stop. Like I'll push my like eating window way later so that I can go out with friends and like smash a bunch of trash into that window. Yeah, I didn't really change any of my workout. I just kind of like did my own thing, with the exception of a couple days that I went out with Tim. But yeah, nothing crazy. I didn't do anything this weekend except bowling.
You still have keto sticks?
Yeah, I have a few left.
Are you still showing in the...
I check it every once in a while now, but I don't really like worry too much about it, because like if I don't eat something, like I was very, very cautious about it initially, but now that I kind of know, like unless I think I might have pushed myself over, like maybe when we went to, Tim and I went to like a party for like New Year's or something like that, I'll like double check. But most of the time, there was only one time where I peed on it, and it was hovering, it was hovering back to normal, but it wasn't. So not at a single point during this have I gotten out of ketosis, which I'm kind of surprised about. But yeah, through my final weekend, I've done it. So as long as I don't do anything stupid today, I will have made it.
Nice.
I did it. Still hot. This is it. This is my final meal of keto. This is what I've worked so hard for, you know. And I wouldn't even necessarily mind to keep doing keto like at work, because it's really easy, because I just have these little meal things. But it's really when I go out is when I really have the problems with it. Yeah, but most of the time the food's really good, so it's not like I won't do it again, you know. But it really hasn't set in that this right here is my final keto meal. It really hasn't like set in, you know, because I could keep going. I could pick it up again, but I think I'm gonna eat Taco Bell tomorrow in honor of not being in keto anymore. So you might see that, you might not. We'll see. But yeah, I'm just chilling. And there it is. The meal to break all meals. Taco Bell wasn't around, so my now it is. I don't know what's whose is whose. I know this is mine. I know that a golden fish bar is definitely gonna be mine. Big Mac, obviously mine. I need my jiang, my sauce. I got second nuggies for your beverage.
How many meals is this?
One. A single meal.
This is a whole one.
Yeah, this is one. This is one meal.
One meal, huh?
I mean, I probably won't eat it all, but you know, I wanted to make sure that I had everything I wanted. Is this gonna be worth it? Probably not. It's really not worth it. All that craving. I'm not that satisfied. Yet.
Okay, so one day's worth of food in one meal, not quite finished. How do you feel?
I feel disgusting. I can feel my stomach being like, why'd you do this? And yet here I am. Eating anyway.
So was it worth it?
No. No, it wasn't. Maybe. Just to like get the knowledge in there that this isn't worth it for maybe the next time. Yeah. Maybe American McDonald's is better, and that'll be worth it.
All right.
Okay, so about to show Ian his before and after photos from 6 weeks ago, 3-week point, and yesterday before McDonald's.
Pre-McDonald's. Dude, what a face. What a face. That is a face of a champion. You might not like it, but that's what peak performance looks like, dude. That's what peak performance looks like.
Okay, so I think we'll start with the back.
So that was some peak performance.
So this is before, middle, and then yesterday. So you can clearly see the difference, especially here. The love handles.
I mean, still got a little bit.
And then you look at
I'm
your
wearing
upper
tighter
back,
pants, true.
Your upper back definition. Like you don't have muscles here. And then you're slowly popping in. And that's like here.
Word.
Even your neck. Let's see.
A thinner neck.
Yeah. Alright, so that's the back. This is the front. I mean, you just right here, you were clearly pregnant and giving birth.
How dare you?
Yeah.
So there's that. Cool.
Okay, and then side shots.
I mean,
So
I
you
definitely
just-
lost a little
Yeah,
bit.
you can just see, like, I can see, look how little back I see here, and then how much is hanging over. What's this on your back?
It's a tattoo. It's a semicolon. It's there.
So you can even see it in the chest. You went from like a B cup to a cup. Yeah. I mean, that's just 6 weeks though.
It's true. Just 6 weeks.
I mean, think about bodybuilders. Typically, they bulk and they train to build muscle for about 3 to 6 months, and then they cut for 6 to 12 weeks.
Oh.
Yeah, so this would be like, just maybe a middleweight bodybuilder who's already quite thin, and they don't need to cut so much. They would do 6 weeks. They would do the same thing you did, and they probably are working out a lot more aggressively than you.
Yeah.
And then a heavy big boy bodybuilder, probably it's going to take them 12 weeks to cut. So that would be, this would be their halfway point.
Word. There it is, dude. Yeah, I mean, I definitely look better. Monstrosity on the left. An absolute monstrosity. So there's proof that it works.
Yeah.
It does
And
things.
it works for you.
It worked for me.
Now the question is, what do you do next, and how would that work for you too?
See. Yeah, we'll see. Cool beans.